Hey everybody, Colton here, and the Avengers Doomsday X-Men trailer has leaked, and it is my favorite one of the bunch, and it has me so hyped. So, we need to talk about this trailer, why Magneto is narrating it, what's going on with Cyclops, and who is commanding that giant sentinel that was lurking in the background. So, this leak, it features Professor Xavier, Magneto, and Cyclops. Now, Xavier and Magneto, they're in the X-Mansion. Magneto is narrating and says, "Death comes for us all. That's all I know for sure. The question isn't, are you prepared to die? The question is, who will you be when you close your eyes?" Which it plays into my theory that I do think that we are going to see Magneto bite it in Avengers Doomsday. Maybe not until Secret Wars, but I really think in Doomsday. And I think he is going to be the one person, like one of the only people that is able to actually give Doom a run for his money in a fight. Now, this leak has also sparked some questions from you guys that I want to answer in a few videos and likely on the full Ask Colton show that we'll do on, I believe, Monday. But there's a lot coming in, and I want to talk about it right now. So the first one that we're going to start with is from viewer Yosef, who writes, "We know the theme of these Avengers Doomsday trailers is about fathers and their children. Cyclops has now joined the ranks of Steve, Thor, and Reed as fathers whose children are being pursued by Doom. But with it's early. But with Magneto also being a dad, could we see him avenging his daughter Wanda, who also has been taken by Doom?" All right, really great question, Yosef. So the current working theory is, yes, that Doom is coming after the kids of our heroes that hold great power. Love, Thor's daughter, has the power of eternity. Franklin, Reed and Sue's daughter, has the power cosmic. And Cyclops, who in this trailer seems very pissed and defeated, suggesting that Doom has taken his daughter Rachel Summers, who would have the power of the Phoenix Force. And all three of those powers are essentially the power of the universe. Now, there's also Steve's son, who shouldn't even exist, and Doom is likely coming after him as well. And yeah, in the comics, so we have Cyclops, who could be like the father character of the X-Men universe, and that's how they get pulled into this, fight with Doom, not only just with the multiverse, but actually wanting to like avenge his daughter's kidnapping, get his daughter back. But Magneto could also be one of those characters. He is the father to the Scarlet Witch, Wanda. And yes, the Scarlet Witch would be a key powerhouse, you would think, that Doom would need or want or both for his master plan to reshape reality. And, that's Wanda's key ability, after all, the ability to reshape reality. And there's comic precedent for all of that, where Doom takes Wanda as his wife, and they work together to reshape the multiverse. So these trailers, they have been about fathers, yeah. And we saw Steve and his son, we saw Thor praying to see his daughter Love once more, praying to Odin for that. And yeah, now Cyclops freaking out over possibly losing his kid. Granted, we didn't see her in the trailer, but that's my current and many other people's current working theory, is that I think Doom has come. He had the Sentinels, perhaps, and we saw that giant Sentinel walking behind Scott, and they have decimated the X-Mansion. We've seen some leaked pictures showing that, set photos showing that there's a big fight that goes down at the X-Mansion, and perhaps Doom has successfully taken Rachel Summers, and that's why Scott is so pissed. But in this trailer, he was not narrating. Scott was not the one narrating like, say, Thor was in his trailer. And Scott wasn't like the main focus of the trailer like Steve was for his. And that could be for two reasons. One, as much as I love James Marsden's Cyclops, and as much as I think everyone is going to love him after Doomsday, he is not currently like a huge draw, right? He's no Chris Evans, Steve Rogers, or Hemsworth Thor. The heavy hitters of the X-Men franchise are, of course, Hugh Jackman Wolverine, but also Patrick Stewart, Professor Xavier, and Ian McKellen's Magneto. So it kind of makes sense that you wouldn't just do a teaser with Cyclops and Rachel Summers, because nobody knows who the hell Rachel Summers is right now, and Cyclops and James Marsden's portrayal of Cyclops, as great as it is and as great as it will be, it right now just isn't the same level of big deal character. not yet. So I do think that reason right there could be enough of a reason to have had Magneto, or even had they had Xavier do it. But in this one, they did have Magneto narrating instead of Cyclops, and that is simply because it just makes the most sense from a marketing perspective. But what if Magneto is narrating as well, because he is also a father who is fitting in with this theme of fathers losing their children, and a father who is looking to avenge his stolen daughter? What if in this X-Men universe, there is a Wanda Maximoff, kind of like in Universe 838 from Multiverse of Madness, where we saw the X-Men exist as well as Wanda in one universe, and in that universe, she was likely considered a mutant. Well, in this reality, this X-Men universe for Doomsday, perhaps she exists as well. Perhaps she's a mutant and a member of the X-Men, like in the comics, and is the daughter of Magneto. And when Doom convinced her to leave with him, or straight up, steals her or brainwashes her or whatever, when she goes with Doom, Magneto is now going to be hell-bent on getting her back. That would be awesome. I'd love that idea. But here's the problem, and why I don't necessarily think that's what's going to happen. The Scarlet Witch, it would be hard to sell, I guess is what I'm saying. The Scarlet Witch that fans know from the movies, played by Elizabeth Olsen, has never been connected with Magneto. So even if you're a big MCU fan, a big Marvel movie fan, if you're not like a hardcore like Marvel Comics fan, you might have no idea that there is this connection between Magneto and Scarlet Witch in the comics. So I worry that, if we're randomly supposed to just be told, Scarlet Witch from the MCU, yeah, she's Magneto's daughter, that might leave some people feeling like they missed something, or like, what? She's his daughter? Did I miss that one? Plus, I'm just not all that interested in a variant Wanda Maximoff coming into play. I don't have that much interest in. I would love to see her back, but I would rather see like the Scarlet Witch from 616 that we last saw in Multiverse of Madness. I want that Wanda coming back. And if it's just another variant of Wanda from the X-Men universe played by Elizabeth Olsen, yes, that would be cool, but it does lose, I think, a little bit of impact. So I would rather see like the one from 838 who had that face-off with Wanda, or I would really, really, really want to see, if I had, my main choice would be just get 616 Wanda back. And I do think she will totally be back. And, maybe we could get a cool moment where in like Doomsday or Secret Wars, have a moment where they acknowledge that in other worlds, he's her father. I don't know. But I do think that the primary daddy of the X-Men universe will be Cyclops, and it will be Cyclops, Reed Richards, Thor, Steve, who are some of the mad daddies that their kids, they're mad that their kids have been taken, and they're hell-bent on getting them back and taking on Doom. It's going to be awesome. And hell, Magneto, yeah, he'd be a good one too, man, to throw in there. If Doom is taking his daughter, taking Wanda, it would really go with the comic children's crusade, where we see like the assembling of the Young Avengers and Doom and Wanda, they're together. It'd be a cool way to go. But yeah, those are my thoughts, my quick rambling thoughts on whether or not Magneto is also going to be one of the pissed off heroes looking to avenge his kidnapped daughter. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. And next, I'm going to be talking about who could be playing Rachel Summers in Avengers Doomsday, so stay tuned for that video. All right. Hey everybody, Colton here, and this is the mailbag style show where I take your questions about Marvel, Star Wars, DC, movies and streaming in general, whatever you want to ask. Send it in at the email address, askcoltonnow@gmail.com, link in the description below, and hey, maybe you'll see your question featured right here on the show.